Fat loss is a concept that may seem impossible at first, but in this video, I'm going to give you all the information that you need to succeed in your next dieting phase. This video will be divided into 3 distinct segments, so you can easily go back and review the parts that you want a better understanding of. If you have any questions, you can also DM me at Luke Brooks on Instagram for any questions. I'm happy to answer them. My name is Luke Brooks. I'm a random 16-year-old on the internet looking to help people become comfortable in their own bodies and with how they look. This is not one-on-one coaching. I'm not a professional, and I won't charge anybody a dime for asking further questions. But I do have experience in this topic because I've gone through multiple fat loss phases in my life in the past. My heaviest weight was about 223 pounds at 5 foot 9 inches, which is about 50 pounds overweight. And my current is 160 at 6 foot 1 inches. So that's considerably leaner, and you're probably wondering, well, how did you do that? So if you're familiar with bodybuilding, then you've heard of cutting and bulking cycles. If you want to learn more about bulking, the intent to gain weight and put on muscle, then I can make videos on that in the future. But in this video, I'm going to focus on cutting, which is the intent to lose fat in a dieting phase to get to a leaner mass. This is usually for overall health reasons or mainly for aesthetics or just for the way you look. All right, this segment is going to be a lot, so just bear with me. So it's important to consider that you may not need to go in an intense dieting phase to make any progress. If you're a beginner who's not ready for that level of intensity, mentally or physically, it's important that you really take it slow and easy on yourself. So first we need to calculate how much fat you can safely lose in the first place. To do this, we're going to determine your lean mass, and then we'll go from there. So if you don't know, lean mass is essentially your body mass without fat. So if you had 0% fat on your body, how much would you weigh? So we're going to figure this out by determining your body fat percentage and then subtracting that from your overall body weight. So the easiest way you can determine your body fat percentage without a huge scanner or machine is going to be to look up a graph online. You can find comparisons for, a man or a woman with about 25% body fat will look like this. Okay, well, I kind of look like that, so, now I know I'm about 25%. So it's not important that you're super specific here, but it's good to be in about a 5 to 10% range so you can at least have an idea. So now that you have a decent idea of what your body fat percentage is, go ahead and take your current body weight and divide it by 100, and then multiply it by the body fat that you've just determined. So if I weigh 180 pounds, I divide that by 100, which is 1.8, multiply that by the 25, because I think I'm 25% body fat, and I'll get 45. This means that I have 45 pounds of fat on my body, which may sound like a lot, but bear with me. So now we're going to take your body weight and subtract the amount of fat that we just calculated to have. So I'll take 180 minus 45 is 135. This means that I have a lean mass of 135 pounds. So good news, this is not your goal body weight. Do not panic. You do not want to be your lean mass. That's extremely unhealthy. Just trust me on this. So we're going to do the same process to find out how much fat you want to keep. Let's assume that I want to get to 18% body fat. Let's assume that I want to get to 18% body fat. So I'll take my 180 pounds, divide by 100, which is 1.8, and multiply that by 18 for 18% body fat to get 32.4. So if I'm planning on keeping 32.4 pounds of fat, I'm going to add that to my lean mass. So I'm going to add my 135 lean mass to my 32.4 pounds of fat for 167.4 pounds. So that means that my goal body weight would be 167.4 pounds. So finally, we can take our current body weight and subtract our goal body weight. So 180 minus 167.4 is 12.6. So that means I want to lose about 12.5 pounds of fat to be at my goal body weight, which is extremely doable, and I can do that in about 10 weeks if I wanted to. So now that we know how much weight we want to lose, how do we do it? Well, it's as simple as a caloric deficit. So you're going to hear this everywhere. You're going to get super tired of it, but trust me, it's the basic science of how it works. I mean, this is the measurement of what's in your food and what your body uses. This is as simple as it's going to get and as effective as it's going to get. So just stay with me here. A caloric deficit is when you eat less calories than you're burning throughout the day. A calorie is a unit of measurement used to determine the energy that your body gains from a food source. When you take in more energy than you're going to use, your body is going to store that additional energy as fat. And when you don't get enough energy, your body will start burning from other sources like fat to be able to meet your energy usage. So now you're probably wondering what your maintenance calories are. Well, your body already burns a lot during the day during your normal functions like blinking, breathing, even sleeping, you're going to burn calories all the time. So if you're a guy or you're a larger person, you're going to want to assume that your calorie maintenance is going to be a little higher, maybe 2,500. If you're a woman or you're smaller or a shorter person, it might be closer to 2,000 or even 1,500 if you're a really small individual. So this can be affected by your current weight, your current age, your gender. Just, you're going to have to make your best guess. So another thing that you can do to figure this out is you can go to caloriecalculator.com on Google and you can use a calculator that way. You can always make adjustments later, so do not worry about having spot on at the start. It's totally okay. So 1 pound of fat is created when a total of 3,500 calories over your maintenance have been stored, meaning 3,500 calories need to be eaten under your maintenance in order to burn a pound of fat. So you can subtract this from your weekly total, meaning you're going to lose 1 pound in 1 week. So if my maintenance calories are about 2,500 calories, I'm going to multiply that by 7 to find my weekly total, and then I'm going to subtract 3,500 calories and divide by 7 again. This leaves me with 2,000 calories each day in order to lose 1 pound of fat in a week. Super easy.